Good morning everyone. Today I will discuss about angle of minimum deviation. Though last day I have started our discussion on the angle of minimum deviation, today I will elaborate more on that topic. We have seen that for a prism, if the incident angle is I1, then the ultimate angle in which the light is coming out is I2. That means if the entering angle is I1, then the exit angle is I2. Okay, and the minimum deviation, not I will say this is not minimum deviation, I will say that is deviation delta. The deviation is delta. Again I am saying if light is entering with an angle I1 into the prism, then the exit angle let us consider is I2, and the deviation of light is delta. Okay. Now we have seen that last day delta equal to I1 plus I2 minus A. What is A? A is the angle of prism, this angle, right? And we have also seen that A equal to R1 plus R2. What are the R1 and R2? This is R1, this is R2. Okay. Angle R1, angle R2. Now, if we plot deviation, that means delta versus angle of incident, what will happen? From this relation delta equal to I1 plus I2 minus A, we can see that A is a constant because A is the angle of prism. For a prism, this is constant, and I2 that directly depends on I1. So basically, this angle of deviation will depend on I1 only. That means the angle of deviation will change with the change in incident angle. Incident angle will dictate the value of delta or angle of deviation. So here we have plotted delta versus angle of incident. Now if we plot that thing, that relation, then we'll get this type of plot, right? And here you will get the minimum value of delta, that is known as delta m, or angle of minimum deviation. Okay, now we can see there, here if I draw one straight line, then the straight line will cut 2 points of the plot. One is x and there is y. For x, for x the coordinates are I1 and delta, and for y point coordinates are I2 and delta. So for similar delta value, there are two value of angle of incident, I1 and I2. That means we can consider that this is I1 and this is I2. So for actually if you reverse that thing, I mean if the angle of incident is I2, then again the exit angle will be I1, because it is the rule of light. Here I am considering I1 is entering angle and I2 is the exit angle. If you reverse the thing, if I2 is the incident angle or entering angle and I1 is exit angle, there is no problem. Okay, so basically for one single delta or deviation, you are getting two value of incident angle, I1 and I2. Now look at this point where delta is minimum. Here you can see I1 and I2 are both same. So I1 minus I2 should be 0. I1 should be equal to I2 at delta m value. So for achieving angle of minimum deviation, the condition is that I1 should be equal to I2. Angle of incident should be equal to angle of exit. This is the condition of achieving minimum deviation, angle of minimum deviation. Okay. Now, we'll try to understand or establish relation among refractive index and other parameter of the prism. This is the refractive index of the prism. Here mu is the refractive index of the prism. Okay. Now we know delta equal to I1 plus I2 minus A, right? Already we know that delta equal to I1 plus I2 minus A. Last day we have proved in our class. And we also know that A equal to R1 plus R2. Now at delta equal to delta M, we know that R1 should be equal to R2. Okay, why? Because at delta equal to delta M, I1 should be equal to I2, then R1 must be equal to R2. Okay, so I have written here that at delta equal to delta M, R1 equal to R2, so A becomes 2R1. A equal to 2R1. And again here this I1 is okay, delta M equal to I1 is okay, I2 will be I1 because at delta M I1 must be equal to I2 and R1 must be equal to R2. So the relation becomes delta M equal to I1 plus I1 minus A, that is 2I1 minus A. So I1 equal to A plus delta M by 2. Okay. Again from this relation A equal to R1 plus R2 equal to 2R1, R1 equal to A by 2. So we have I1 value for I1 value and for R1 value two relations. R1 equal to, okay, this is R1 equal to A by 2 and this is I1 equal to A plus del M by 2. Now we know that mu equal to sin I by sin R. We know that refractive index equal to sin I by sin R. Here mu should be equal to sin I1 by sin R1. Why? See here, this is, oh, you cannot see that. This is I1, this is R1. So this is incident angle and this is refraction angle, angle of refraction. Okay, so from Snell's law I can write sin I1 equal to sin R1 or sin I1 by sin R1 equal to mu. Okay, so I have written mu equal to sin I1 equal by sin R1. Again I am saying from Snell's law I have written sin mu equal to sin I1 by sin R1. Okay, now what is the value of I1? The value of I1 equal to A plus del M by 2. So I have put this value here sin A plus del M by 2 by sin R1. Again the value of R1 is A by 2. So ultimately mu equal to sin A plus del M by 2 by sin A by 2. So I am writing here the relation here so that you can understand the importance. Mu equal to sin A plus del M by 2 by sin A by 2. Okay, so refractive index of a prism that can be found out easily if you know the prism angle, which is very easy to know because manufacturer always tell you about the prism angle or angle of prism, and if you find out delta M value, angle of minimum deviation, which can be found out easily from the experiment. So the refractive index of a prism can be found out easily from this relation, sin a plus delta m by 2 by sin a by 2. This is very important relation to find out the unknown refractive index value of a prism, right? And there is also one practical in your syllabus. You have to perform the experiment, the similar experiment. So today we have found out the relation for the refractive index of a prism. Okay, and the refractive index, the value of refractive index of a prism or Ri of a prism can be easily found out if you know the value of A and value of delta m. What is A? A is the angle of prism, and what is delta m? Delta m is the angle of minimum deviation. Thank you.